One of the best-known characters in all of modern literature for children is Swedish. You probably know her. Her name is Pippi Långstrump, and she is the creation of one of Sweden's most celebrated writers, Astrid Lindgren. And her books have been translated, I think, into 50 different languages, have been popular for so many years all around the world. And Pippi Långstrump first appeared in 1945 and created, I think, something of a stir. She was a bit of a devil, kind of headstrong, independent, and sometimes not very nice.
Well, but almost always very nice, I think.
But almost
She was
always.
good-hearted, you know.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be able to sit here and talk with you. I've read your books, and I must tell you, as part of my research here, I gave your book to my little daughter, who's 7 years old, and she gave you a thumbs-up, very favorable review for Pippi Långstrump. Tell me about Pippi Långstrump, and what is it about this character that has made her so popular for so many years in all different kinds of cultures around the world?
Yes, I have often wondered that myself, but I think that for the first, she has power. She has power, but she never misuses it. She is always kind, but she can do what she wants, and I suppose that appeals to all children all over the world.
Very appealing to a young child. As I understand it, though, when you first sent in that first manuscript to the publisher, you attached a little note and said, please don't report me to the child welfare people. Why?
Yes, because I thought this way you can't bring a children's book like that. I understood that they would turn it down, and they did, but they didn't report to the children's welfare people. They didn't.
Why? You thought if maybe they saw you making up this character, they might think you're children. And you have what, two or three children?
Two children.
And I guess in the beginning there was some resistance because they thought maybe little children would read this book and then they'd be bad themselves.
Yes, they thought so. Some people thought it. It was a professor, he wrote in a newspaper that no normal child ever eats a whole cream cake on a party, and that means that she was absolutely crazy. But I wrote back and said that if a child can carry a living horse on its arms, then it might very well be able to eat a whole cream cake too.
Very good point. And you persevered. It finally got published, and of course now, many hundreds of books later, this is being made into a movie. Is this very exciting for you to have a first movie release?
You mean it isn't my first movie, but it is my first American movie.
The first American movie release, yes.
Yes, it's exciting, of course. But Pippi has been filmed in Sweden years ago. But,
yes, but finally we're going to have it brought to America so that all the children there can enjoy it.
A real American Pippi.
You bet. It is so nice to be able to meet you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too.
And we'll be back. Stay with us. We are back talking with one of Sweden's real treasures, Astrid Lindgren. She, of course, is the author of Pippi Långstrump, among many, many other wonderful books for children. You, I think, were in your mid-30s when you really started writing children's books. How did it all get started? You were a mother of two, right?
I'm the mother of two, but you know, I have told that story 1,000 times. I'm afraid in Sweden there is no one who hasn't heard that, but maybe
but
in
we
America,
haven't all heard it. How did you get
started? One or two in America who hasn't heard it, so I can tell you. Well, it was way back in 1941, and my daughter was sick in bed with pneumonia, and she had to stay there rather long time. And every night she asked me, "Mommy, tell me a story." And one night I said, "Well, what shall I tell?" And she said, "Berätta om Pippi Långstrump. Tell me about Pippi Långstrump."
She made up that name?
She made up that name in that very moment.
Oh, so she gave you the title?
Yes, she gave it to me, and I didn't ask who is Pippi Långstrump. I just started to tell about a girl who could be as crazy as the name was. And I soon discovered that my daughter didn't want to hear anything but about Pippi Långstrump, and all her little pals who came to see her, they said, berätta om Pippi Långstrump, tell us about Pippi Långstrump.
So the stories grew and grew from that.
Yes, yes.
But then you did something that was really wonderful, I think. You, at some later point, you decided to write them down for her.
Yes, I did a couple of years later when I had to stay in bed with a sprained ankle and I had nothing to do, and I was very good at shorthand, and I decided I could write the stories down and give it to my daughter for a birthday present. And so I did, just to make time pass.
And while you were at it, you sent it off to the publisher.
Pardon?
Did you think at the time that it was going to get published?
No, not at all.
No.
I was sure never to try. But then, when I had written it and got it for my daughter, then I thought maybe you should ask a publisher anyway. So I sent it to a publisher, and I wrote, as you said.
And it all started from there. You've done so many stories, and you say that they are simply to be stories to be enjoyed, that they aren't supposed to have some kind of overall message. Well, what do you hope that children get out of your books?
Well, you could tell me that. I don't know, but it seems that all children at least they like Pippi very much, and it's maybe because she is powerful and she has lots of money and she can do what she wants, and she's never mean. She's always nice, even when she could be the opposite. But yes.
And you've seen the television age come. You think it's terribly important for children to continue their reading so that they're kind of seeing these images themselves?
I think they shouldn't look at television always. They should read books, because then they can get their own pictures. They get pictures in their head,
in their minds,
and not just
from the tube.
looking and getting other people's pictures.
Well, you do a lot to help them with that, and we thank you very much for joining us here on Good Morning America. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back. Stay with us.